The formerly known Mercedes SLK is now known as the SLC. Along with the name change, the SLC sees a pretty big refresh that brings it more in line with the rest of the Mercedes lineup, with updates to the styling on the inside and out, as well as features. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this all-new 2017 Mercedes-Benz SLC. Now the SLC we have here is actually the top of the line SLC43 AMG, and it comes equipped with the 3-liter bi-turbo V6 engine. Now we also do have the Amg Night Package as well as the Amg Handling Package. Now the Amg Handling Package comes with these red painted brake calipers and many more features on top of that. And then the Night Package will come with some black chrome tailpipes, and then you also do have a uniquely designed interior with the red Napa leather. It's really nice inside. And then Mercedes has made some pretty good updates to the styling of the vehicle. I really do love the new headlights, and it certainly looks more in line with the rest of the Mercedes model lineup. And these headlights look like they came straight off of the C-Class sedan, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly not as dated looking as it used to be. Overall, I'm a pretty big fan of the styling of the vehicle. Here goes the key fob design for the SLC here. It's your typical Mercedes key fob. It's a little bland looking, but you do have your lock, unlock to release your trunk, and then you have your panic button. Now this color is actually known as the Obsidian Black Metallic. You also do have smart key access on both doors of the vehicle. And our SLC comes with this beautiful two-toned Bengal red Napa leather. And you also do have black leather too, with red contrast stitching. Really nicely done here. Love the door sills with the AMG logos on it too. Really nice. Alright, now stepping on inside of the SLC here. Everything is pretty Mercedes familiar inside of here. And what I mean by that is that many of the controls are still what you expect in a typical Mercedes. However, I really do like the contrast with the carbon fiber trim. Certainly looks really nice inside of here. But what they do need to change is the infotainment system in the head unit. Hasn't changed a whole lot from the previous model year. But it's a really nice looking interior when you get the red Napa leather, and then you get the AMG sports steering wheel too. And what you're hearing there is a 3-liter bi-turbo V6 engine. Now you do have a half leather and half suede wrapped steering wheel here. Coming to your transmission, you have the 9-speed G-tronic automatic transmission. Go down for drive, up for reverse. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. You can also change the different views of the rear view camera as well as the brightness too, which is nice. And you just go push for park. Easy as that. And you do have manual shiftability via the paddle shifters. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the SLC. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators and blind spot detection. Now the SLC here is actually the smallest convertible available in the Mercedes model lineup. You have 18-inch 10-spoke alloy wheels. Coming up front, you have newly designed headlights with LED headlights, LED turn signal indicators, and LED daytime running lights. Now powering the SLC here is a 3-liter bi-turbo V6 engine that produces 362 horsepower at 5,550 RPM and 384 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPM with EPA estimates, which no one really cares about for this AMG variant. 20 in the city and 29 on the highway, and it does run on premium unleaded fuel. Now, if you want, you can go for a much smaller and a less powerful powertrain that's more fuel efficient. However, this powertrain here is pretty powerful and it's pretty fun, especially for how small this vehicle is. This vehicle really get up and goes with this pretty powerful V6 engine here. Now, the SLC really has no main direct competitors. However, other vehicles you may want to consider include the BMW 2 Series convertible and the Audi A3 Cabriolet. Now, total vehicle price for this SLC is $73,225. Government 5-star safety ratings hasn't been rated yet, and the final assembly point for this vehicle is in Bremen, Germany. And there's no US or Canadian parts for this vehicle. Coming to the rear of the SLC, you have these new LED taillights that look a lot like the new E-Class and S-Class. And you have LED turn signal indicators, rear reflectors, now, of course, all of your basic power necessities, power windows, mirrors, and your power door locks are located up here. Memory seat settings for 3 people, and you have your power seat adjustments. And you have power lumbar down here. Now, interior quality is impeccable in the SLC here. Everywhere you go, everything feels rich and premium. The materials are all soft touch on the door panels, and I just love the red on here, on the mid door panel here. The dashboard is also nice and soft touch as well. And this is a really nicely done interior. Mercedes has done a great job when it comes to the quality. It certainly has that German solidity, and it's what you would expect. Now, coming to this button right here, this is to put your top up and put it down. Now, I'm gonna put the top up real quick. You have to push down on it. I love it. Just by the push of a button, you could put the top up and put it down. Now, coming to the stairwell design, I love the stairwell, the AMG stairwell that we get here. And it comes when you get the SLC43 AMG. But it's a really bulky feeling steering wheel, provides a lot of grip, which is nice. Coming over here, we have your controls for the LCD display in the center right there. And then you also do have your controls for your steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then your Bluetooth phone controls, and your voice recognition. There goes your glove box compartment. You also do have heated front seats for the driver and the front passenger 3-stage. And then right here you will find your neck warmer. It's right there. And a lot of luxury convertibles are actually having this feature nowadays. You also do have your dynamic select, which is your different driver selectable modes, your traction control off, and then your automatic start-stop system. So when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, the engine will actually shut off to conserve a little bit of fuel. Now coming to the head unit and the main interface here, this is the command interface. We've seen this head unit in this infotainment system many times before, but I just wish this head unit was just a little bigger. It's a little on the small side, but it's not a huge problem here. But the graphics and the rendering are pretty good, pretty nice quality. And I love how the map quality on the navigation system has a Google Earth-like type look. Overall, it looks pretty nice. You also do have live traffic, and it shows you your points of interest. You can enter in your destination by voice if you would like. All that typical stuff. And your different audio sources do include all of the norm. We do have AM, FM, XM satellite radio, USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input, and Bluetooth streaming audio, and HD radio too. Of course, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone and have all of your contacts stored on here. And then we also do have the Mercedes-Benz apps, which you can access various apps, but it has to establish an internet connection. You can access apps such as iHeartRadio and all that stuff. You also do have the Mercedes-Benz mobile website and your internet favorites. And then you have your vehicle settings. You could change the time. You have your operator's manual on here, and your dynamic select, which is your different driver selectable modes, and then your fuel consumption gives you a little bar graph. Let's go to dynamic select. Now you could do an individual configuration, and you can go between comfort mode, and you could change the steering if you would like. You could change it to sport mode if you would like. Then we have your vehicle data. Then you have your engine data, which shows you the horsepower, the torque, and then the oil temperature. Overall, it's a really nice system here. The head unit just needs to be bigger. And I really do love this analog clock we get here. Really nice and classy looking. Certainly gives the cabin a much more high-class feel inside of here. Now, coming to the instrument cluster and the gauges, we do have the AMG gauges, and I love them, especially with the carbon fiber-like trim on the back of the needle, which is pretty nice. But you do have your tachometer on the right and your coolant temperature. And then on the left, we do have your speedometer and your fuel gauge. Coming in the center, it shows all of your vehicle information, which shows you typical stuff like your digital speedometer, your trip information, and then you also do have your eco display, fuel range, and then it shows you your direction of travel, your audio, what audio source is playing, your telephone. And then you have your drive assist, which is all of your safety technologies, such as your active brake assist, your attention assist, your blind spot detection, all that good stuff. Now, as far as the way the SLC drives, now the SLC is more of a comfort-oriented luxury convertible overall. However, this AMG model certainly does spicing up things a little bit. And I really do love the different driver selectable modes with the sports mode. It does change the throttle response and the steering quite a bit. And it feels pretty engaging to drive. It feels nimble, it feels predictable, which is nice. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's better handling than the BMW 2 Series convertible. I certainly think the 2 Series has an edge when it comes to driver engagement. However, the SLC rides very smoothly. It's whisper quiet inside, and it provides more of a luxury, comfort-oriented nature rather than a sports nature here. The 9-speed automatic transmission does shift pretty well, but the real star here is that 3-liter bi-turbo V6. There's plenty of power on tap here. You'll never be needing more power, but we do have the top-of-the-line AMG, but there is a smaller engine choice available if you like, and if you want better fuel efficiency. But the fuel efficiency is actually not too bad for how much power this vehicle has. And the fuel efficiency is pretty good thanks to that auto stop system. All right, let's go ahead and shut down the SLC here. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. And it's what you would expect. There's not a whole lot of trunk space back here. Like I said, this vehicle isn't meant for practicality or utility, but it is what it is. Powered passenger seat with power recline and memory seat settings for 3 people. So with its updated styling, its powerful 3-liter bi-turbo V6, and its smooth, quiet, and comfortable ride, the 2017 Mercedes-Benz SLC43 AMG is an excellent choice if you're looking for a small, powerful luxury convertible. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.